Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Washington Gun Law TV. I'm Washington Gun Law President William Kirk. Thanks for joining us, coming to you from Washington's premier indoor shooting facility. Of course, that's Security Gun Club right here in Woodinville, Washington. Hey, we're going to talk to you about traveling and what happens when you make the choice to go to a constitutional carry state. What, if anything, do you actually need to do? And is constitutional carry the only way you can do it, or is there some benefits to perhaps getting licenses in that state? It's a loaded question with a lot of variables, and ultimately we're going to tell you that you also need to consult with local counsel, but it is food for thought that we think we ought to share with you. So today, let's spend a few minutes and let's talk about visiting a constitutional carry state. Do you need a license? Okay, hey, before we get going down the road we're going down, I'm proud to announce that this video is being brought to you by, who's this video being brought to you by? Let's ask Travis, the armorer here at Security Gun Club. Travis?
Today, this video is brought to you by Gun Butter. This is absolutely our preferred gun lubricant at the shop here.
Tell us more.
Well, they have over 20 plus years of experience now. They were using the help of aerospace engineer design team. It is non-toxic, non-corrosive, low odor, water, dust, carbon resistant, rust and storage protection for over 20 years. It works in negative 70 degrees all the way up to 700 degrees Fahrenheit. And I love this easy to use needle nose applicator. It gets exactly where you want it and stays there.
You guys using anything else in any of the firearms here at Security Gun Club?
I actually use this on everything. Door hinges to guns, you name it.
All right, hey, if they want to get their hands on some of this, how do they get a hold of Gun Butter?
Gun Butter, you can visit their website at gunbutter.com. There's also lots of shops starting to stock this on their shelves. We stock it here all the time.
That's Gun Butter. Okay, so here is the scenario that we are talking about. You live in a state that actually requires you to get the government's permission before you can carry concealed on your person. Washington State happening to be one of those. But you are going to travel on vacation, on business, for whatever reason, to a state that is constitutional carry. Now, first, let's outline what constitutional carry is. Constitutional carry, permitless carry, Vermont carry, has a lot of different names. It's all the same thing. Basically says that, hey, listen, so long as you are otherwise lawfully allowed to own and possess a firearm, then you do not need government's permission to carry it concealed on your person. What an amazing idea. Now, just a handful of years ago, there was only about a dozen states that actually were permitless or constitutional carry. However, that number has swelled to 27 states. And those states include Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Idaho, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Maine, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, New Hampshire, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, West Virginia, and Wyoming. Now, I know that some of you Florida residents are going to get on here and say, well, it's not true constitutional carry because we're only allowed to do some things in some places. And I get all that. And there may be some other states that have some mild limitations to it as well. But those states all do at least support the notion, the constitutional right, that if you are otherwise lawfully allowed to possess a firearm, you have the right to carry it in defense of yourself and others. So the question then is if you're going to go visit one of these states, do you need an out-of-state concealed carry permit? The answer obviously is no. Of course you don't. All you need to do is to be lawfully allowed to possess a firearm. Considering that your home state has already granted you a concealed carry license, one could safely assume that yes, you are in fact entitled to possess a firearm. So is that the end of the inquiry? It is the end of the inquiry if that's all you want to go. So if you're visiting any one of these constitutional carry states, do you need to obtain some kind of out-of-state CPL, or do you need to worry about what your concealed carry reciprocity is with that state? Answer is no, you don't. So long as you are clean, you are good to go. Are there advantages, however, to getting out of state or having concealed carry licenses in some of these states? The answer is yes. Now, whether or not these advantages mean that it's a good benefit to you, so that you're willing to actually expend the time and effort, I will leave that up to you. I know there are going to be some people right now going to be banging away on the keyboard saying, I'm not going to ever get a license no matter what. Government's never going to have that. Hey, listen, if that's who you are, that's fine. We do not tell you how to think here at Washington Gun Law. Remember, we just give you all the stuff to think about. So there are several advantages to having concealed carry privileges through the licensing regime in some states. Take my home state, for example, Washington State. Under RCW 9.41.280, if I am taking my kids to school, dropping them off the school grounds, if I do not have a concealed carry permit, technically that firearm cannot even be in my car when I drive them to the drop-off spot on school grounds. But if I do have a concealed carry license, then it allows me to do that legally. It also would allow me, if I had to go inside the school for some type of reason, I could actually leave the firearm secured on school grounds, concealed in my car. And again, since I have a concealed pistol license, that allows me to do it. There are some states that have mandatory waiting periods that might be for all types of firearms, or it might be for various platforms of firearms. Oftentimes, the existence of a concealed carry license means you've already been vetted, you've already gone through that background check, and there is no additional waiting period. So check with local attorneys on there, because there could be some distinct advantages as far as if you want to alleviate or avoid any kind of waiting periods. Another benefit is that concealed carry licenses in some jurisdictions actually allow you to carry and possess in places where you normally would not be. Arizona, for example, has multiple exceptions where individuals who are permitless carrying or constitutionally carrying cannot carry a firearm. However, those that have been licensed by the state can. And then, believe it or not, there's at least one state, they're not constitutional carry now. Now, they've been kicking around the idea, but they don't have control of either the Senate or the House anymore, and that's Virginia. But apparently in Virginia, the type of ammunition, the type of firearm, and the number of rounds that you can carry can be influenced by whether or not you actually possess a valid concealed carry license. So the bottom line is do you need any kind of a concealed carry license to carry in a permitless carry or constitutional carry state, even if you're not a resident of that state? The answer is no, you don't. There's no paperwork, there's no background checks, there's nothing you need to do so long as you are otherwise lawfully allowed to possess and own a firearm. Now, does that mean that the benefits of having a concealed carry license from that state do not exist? That is up to you. There are certainly some states that do provide better opportunities or better privileges for those that have a concealed carry license. Whether that is worth the investment for you is a decision that we will leave, shockingly, to you. Listen, we'll go ahead and link up all the information down below that we talked about today so that you can geek out on it for yourself. In the meantime, if you got any questions about this or anything else related to what's left of our Second Amendment rights, you guys should know how to get a hold of Washington gun law by now. If you don't, that's okay. That information is also down there in the description box. Now, let's remember that part of being the lawful and responsible gun owner, like we talk about all the time here, is to know what the law is in every situation, how it applies to you in any instance that you may find yourself. Until next time, thanks for watching. Stay safe.